So I've been doing a few little tests the last couple of days on and off at work with the new GoPro. Today's test though, I wanted to have a play and see what it's like in water. Now I've used the Session a few times in water, swimming, snorkeling, stuff like that, taking it to the lake, jumping in, dunking underwater, having time lapse, things like that underwater is pretty cool. Now that they've brought this out without a case required for it and it can just go on water on its own, I thought I'd do a little bit of a test this afternoon. I don't want to do the plain little test though of dunking in a cup of water because in all honesty that's pretty boring. I'm lucky enough though to have a 400 litre aquarium in my lounge. What the hell is up with my... So it's feeding time now, I've just gotten home from work and I think this is the perfect time, perfect place to test it out. Now I know the Session is rated down to 10 meters without a case, and apparently it's the same for the new Hero 5 Black. So dunking it in this amount of water should not be any issue to it. Main thing that you got to check though is that all the doors are sealed tight, everything's in place and nothing's loose. Now I have heard some stories about the Session leaking, mainly when it had that little orange rubber surround on it, that floaty thing that GoPro made. The few people that I've talked to reckon it could be that the side of that floaty device is pushing on the door in a way that causes it to stretch the seal or push it out in a way that water can get in there, and I have seen a few GoPro Sessions that have died that way. Now I managed to clean my tank out last night, so it's cleared up quite a bit. Got an Oscar in here and a fire eel, a couple of flecos. I'll chuck the Session in for comparison, but we'll see how this goes. GoPro, start recording. Seems to work all right now. GoPro, start recording. Just got to make sure all these doors, flaps and traps and everything that's on it is sealed shut nicely. I have noticed a lot of air come out of the little mic inputs, so hopefully it's all right. Seems now everything's got stage fright, which is a bit unfortunate. Something will come out soon though, they're always hungry. Right, so these have been in here for about 10 minutes now. I've moved them around a couple of times, just shaking them up a bit, seeing if that gets any water anywhere, because right now I want to know before I do anything else, because then I can claim warranty if it's failing for some stupid reason. I have noticed for some reason though, if you can see it here, if it focus, it keeps on going to this auto exposure thing when the water's touching the touchscreen for some reason. I don't know if that's a flaw or if that's just me, but I have noticed it popping in and out I don't really want it to do auto exposure. GoPro, stop recording. Cool, and that stopped recording. Voice controls are still working on it. That's a plus. Now that water's about 29 degrees from what the thermometer on the side of the tank's showing. So it's not cold water, but it's not super hot. But it seems to be working fine. There seems to not have had any water leak into it. The seal around the lens seems to be holding pretty nicely. There's nothing in there. There's no moisture. There's a bit of water residue on the outside, but nothing that shows it's going to leak at all, which is great for me. Now, I haven't really looked too much online into this, but I was playing around with it before, checking if there's any water anywhere, and I found the doors actually just clip off, which is quite a nice feature. Don't know if you can see it. Just a little hook on the side there. They are replaceable. In New Zealand here, I looked up, they're about $45, which for us is pretty pricey for a little door that big. Now that might be one thing to watch out for, because that's a little door that can get lost really easily. Just clicks back in. I guess that's handy if you want to put it in some sort of skeleton case, if they bring one out like the older style GoPros, but it's up to you really where you keep it on or not. That will not make it waterproof. So I'm just checking out the footage I've got from these two cameras on my computer right now. Overall, the Hero 5 beats the Session hands down. The audio of the Session, it's alright, but it's nothing you could actually use. Inside the tank, it picked up every single noise. It didn't really pick up anything outside, neither did the Hero 5 Black, mainly because there's glass and the density of the water and all that. As for the Hero 5 Black, that did pretty good. I'm pretty surprised at that. Taking it out of the water though, and then talking to it, you have to give it a bit of a shake. I did notice that, because it sort of muffles it when there's water still in those little mic outputs around the place. I don't know how good the audio is on it right now. Just came out of the water, so there might be a little bit of water still in the mic ports. We'll see how that goes. That's not a major, but just be aware of that. Now I'm planning on doing a few more of these tests the next few days. So far, battery life on these has been pretty good. I haven't really dropped below 30%, and I've been using it quite frequently. I have also been using the talk to operate function quite a bit recently. There's a few flaws I found with that, but I'll show you that in my next video. But as for this testing on the waterproofing of it and the mic sound, I'm pretty happy. It could be better, but then again, it's only a little camera, so you can't really expect too much from it. But all around, it's still a good choice to have, and it's still a good camera to use. Catch you all in the next one.